I think it should be illegal to have a weapon whose only purpose is to kill large numbers of people. I think it should be illegal to sell bullets whose only purpose is to pierce armored vests. The last time I saw a deer wearing an armored vest was a long time ago.
Very feisty mayor, jumping people who were trying to do devil's advocate with him. Hey, Dominic, he got into a lot of things. We can bring up now a few of the proposals that may be some common ground on, including background checks. And I can't believe we're having a debate over whether or not you should be able to buy a gun if you're on a terror watch list. But you think this is just the New York City mayor, you know, from the big city that doesn't resonate outside of New York? Or it makes sense to me, you know, the idea, not just the assault weapon ban, but being able to buy a body armor. I mean, come on.
Well,
you think this plays outside New York?
In the past, people like a Mayor Bloomberg, for all of his money, they were completely ignored, completely by NRA supporters. The bottom line here, Richard, is, and no offense to Tom, but the NRA owns the Republican Party, and they've intimidated the Democratic Party so much that they've beat them into submission. Until that stops, all of this is noise. Well, Tom, different this time, though, with children.
I'm hearing that January 3rd, first day that the new Senate, new Congress gets back into session, not just Feinstein, she said, and I got a lot of co-sponsors, the Intimate Nations, a lot of Republicans. I saw some lawmakers coming out saying, this changed me. I just get the sense they're not going to have as much of an uphill fight on the assault weapons ban as maybe people would have thought a month ago. You buy that?
I do, but I think that what we need to start is the list that Andrew just put on the board. Let's start with the overwhelming number of common sense proposals that we should put in place immediately.
And just not to interrupt you, but 3/4 of members of the NRA support background checks.
Of course.
So it's not like it's that tough a sell.
It's not a tough sell. It's not a tough sell to deal with the mental health issues. There is no reasonable person who would say that you should be able to buy a weapon on Craigslist. We agree. Let's find the immediate places we agree. Now back to Dominic, because I don't know why I was a friend of the NRA, but
I'm not saying you're a friend of the
my
NRA.
Party, because look at history. Listen. The president has an incredible opportunity ahead of him to not only heal a country, but make us better as a society. Over the last 4 years, our Democratic president signed 2 pieces of gun legislation.
Well, how many did the Republicans? Because the president is not a fool.
Dominic,
why would he take on a losing battle?
Dominic, I'm not pointing a finger at him. I want to move forward, but let's look at where we've been. When you
what did the Republicans put up?
Dominic,
what did the Republicans put up?
He's the president of the United States. I'm just making a point.
He can do it all by himself now.
Okay, Dominic, listen. If you want to accuse me of being the NRA, listen to the facts.
I'm not accusing you.
He signed a national park conceal and carry law.
He sure did.
And he allowed people who check bags on Amtrak to have a concealed weapon in their gun as long as the bag's checked. That's the extent of his guns. So, and he got elected overwhelmingly. Now is his time, and I'm willing to jump on board and say, bring me with you. Let's solve this problem together. Let's stop calling names. Everything that Andrew just put on that screen, we can all agree on as Americans.
And Andrew, you know I'm heavy here, but my question, you think he's going to follow through with the words, and you think Washington's going to go along?
I think he's going to try to follow through. My fear for action is we're a short attention span country. You know,
December 17th to January 3rd. Doesn't sound like a long time.
Last week we were talking about Hurricane Sandy. Now nobody's talking about that. Everybody's talking about Newtown. What happens between now and January 3rd? Is there still that political will?
Andrew, you have the ability, you have the show, it's an issue for Richard. Use the platform and don't let people forget what happened. Don't talk about talk about this consistently, because there are things you just brought up that we can all agree on, and let's get to things we agree on.
Can we agree on the ban? Can we agree on the ban?
No, no, I can't.
See,
but
that's the problem.
Because you know why?
That's the problem.
No, but that's not tomorrow morning. That I can tell you that there's no reason that I can't be persuaded
we can debate
to that.
one.
But
you know
those are the immediate ones that we can say immediately.
Right.
Prosecute the illegal gun sellers. Do all the things that Andrew just talked about. Let's then go to the next step if needed. That's all.
We'll debate that end part, but I think Tom's right that people are surprised. There's more things that can be done I think, sooner than later. And I think there are some other fights that need to be had, even if not everyone's going to go along with it. But I think now's the time for the president to follow through on the words. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
If he had cut himself or hurt himself, he would not know it or feel it. He would have periods of times when he would withdraw entirely onto himself, pretty much episodes. You would have to work hard to reach him again.